My boss's hand slipped under my skirt. Then my husband walked in. The office smelled faintly of stale coffee and fear. I froze, my chest tightening as my eyes darted toward the blurred figure looming over me. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. Not today, not ever. The moment stretched into an unbearable eternity, the clatter of keyboards fading into a slow, taunting heartbeat in my ears. And then, just as the audacity of it all pierced me, the door clicked. I saw him immediately. James, my husband, my anchor, my trust, his face, a storm of confusion, hurt, and something I couldn't yet name, stopped the room in its tracks. The man in front of me recoiled, hand frozen mid-motion, and my stomach sank into a pit of shame and panic. Emily! James's voice was quiet, low, trembling, like it had been holding back a flood for years. What is this? I swallowed hard, words catching my throat. My voice faltered. I could feel my heartbeat hammering against my ribcage, each thump echoing my own guilt. But it wasn't supposed to be like this. It couldn't be. The room felt suddenly smaller. The fluorescent lights above seemed harsher, unforgiving, exposing every flaw, every secret. My boss, Charles, the man I had once respected, now looked like a caricature of every betrayal I had ever feared. It's not what it looks like. I blurted, a weak shield of denial. James's eyes narrowed, and for a terrifying moment, I could see every doubt I'd ever brushed aside reflected in his gaze. The late nights at the office, the mysterious calls, the texts I thought nothing of. He had noticed them all. And now, in this single, unspooling moment, he was seeing the truth. I can't, Emily, he said, shaking his head slowly, as if the words themselves were painful to form. I trusted you. I trusted us. I wanted to reach for him, to grab onto the solid, dependable presence of my husband, the man who had shared my dreams, laughed at my bad jokes, held me through sleepless nights. But my hands felt my sides, useless, tremulous, stained with shame. You don't understand. I started again, but even I couldn't finish, because deep down I did. I understood every word he was feeling, and it cut me deeper than any reprimand, any consequence could. Charles cleared his throat, embarrassed, his authority crumbling under the weight of this intimate disaster. But his words faded into irrelevance. There was only James, his jaw tight, fists clenched at his sides, and the hollow echo of trust cracking in the space between us. The drive home was a blur of tears and silence. I stared out the window, watching the city lights smear past like smeared fingerprints on glass, each one a reminder of the life we'd built, now suddenly fragile, fractured. I tried to explain to myself why it had happened, why I had allowed temptation to seep into my carefully constructed life. But there were no good reasons. Only the messy, human ones. Loneliness, curiosity, weakness. At our front door, James stopped. He didn't reach for my hand. He didn't ask me to explain. He just looked at me, really looked, as if seeing every hidden corner of my soul for the first time. I need time, he said finally, voice breaking, the steel edge of anger softening into heartbreak. I can't, not now, not like this. I nodded, words failing me entirely. I wanted to beg, to promise, to somehow erase the betrayal. But I knew it wasn't mine alone to fix anymore. Trust, once shattered, does not mend with excuses or tears alone. It rebuilds slowly or not at all. That night, I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, every memory of James and me playing like a film in my mind. Every kiss, every laugh, every tender moment. It all felt fragile, delicate, almost unreal now. I realized something devastating. Some doors, once opened, cannot be closed again. Weeks passed. Conversations became measured, loaded with unspoken accusations and careful words. James moved like a shadow beside me, present, but distant, tethered to me only by history and memory. I wanted him to forgive me, to come back to me, to reach across the chasm I had created. But forgiveness, I began to understand, is not owed. It is earned slowly through the quiet restoration of truth, honesty, and relentless self-examination. In the end, I learned that betrayal does more than break trust. It fractures identity, reshapes love into something unrecognizable, and leaves behind the ache of what could have been. I had lost more than a moment of weakness. I had lost certainty, innocence, and the effortless closeness of a shared life. And James, he stayed for now, but the warmth, the unspoken understanding we had once shared, was gone, replaced by vigilance, caution, and the fragile, brittle hope that maybe one day trust could be rebuilt. But that night, the night I saw him walking, saw the disbelief, the hurt, the silent collapse of what we had, would never leave me. It was etched into the very bones of our marriage, a reminder that some mistakes echo far longer than we ever imagined. And I had made the loudest, most echoing mistake of all,